the online lobby. So he's pretty much one of the favourites for tonight, I reckon. We further have got the current Scottish champion, which is Ian McLaughlin, and I'm trying to pronounce that name somehow, but them Scottish surnames are really difficult for us to pronounce correctly.
And I've got some good news for you, Mr. Antwerpen. We are now
Really,
live on YouTube as well. I managed to mess it up right before start time, but I managed to fix it now. I think we are pretty much ready to go for our first heat. Thank you for that intro, Nick. We are gonna have a quick look at the format, which is Heat 1. Other than the other races the last couple of weeks, we are not doing a whites and yellows today, but we are doing 4 heats. The top 6 qualifiers for the grand final, no consolation, just 4 qualifying heats. That is because we wanted to make the field in the heats a little bit smaller, didn't we, Nick? Because last week's 30 plus cars out on track has kind of made it hard for us to get it all, like for the people to drive properly, if that makes sense. So yeah, we split it into 4 heats without whites and yellows, without consolation. People have to qualify for that way, but still we have to have a wildcard giveaway, don't we?
We still have a wildcard to give away for the final. We'll keep on going with the same system. That the fan vote will decide who of the non-qualifiers will get a spot in the grand final tonight. It's round 4 of the E-Series. It's round 3 of the point series. So very important points to pick up for the shootout qualification tonight. And I'm looking forward to who's going to be one of the hot contenders. We are get ready for heat number 1 for the 2-litre saloon stock cars here at Arena Essex. It really is an action track, to be fair. I think we can all say that. We've seen a lot of good carnage in practice sessions.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good track for the racing, I think, tonight, Nick. Especially with a couple of less cars. Like, what do we have approx per heat? 25 cars per heat, I think. It's gonna make it a little bit easier for the drivers. And yeah, I wonder who's gonna come up against up to the front again. Like, we've split up the grades again. Some people have moved up, some people have moved down. I'm very curious to see what's what and who's gonna end up where. I'm gonna move to the front of the grid to our white top drivers. We've got a newcomer, Jamie Sampson. What do you reckon of him? What do you think is gonna happen tonight with his skill?
He's been really one of the busy people to practice for this meeting. He wasn't going very well in practice, to be honest with you, but I don't know. He's maybe one of the people that could, with his very good racing eye, could get through and maybe sneak through and get some, let's say, top 5 or top 10 finishes. So we have now 26 cars out on 27. I think 27. Is it 27? Let me check quick. No, 26 cars by the looks of it. Out on track for this one. So it's going to be very, very interesting. A really, really interesting race. So it's still quite a big turnout for this heat number 1, although the heats are split already. As we see the drivers trying to sort themselves out while lining up.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem very easy for some of them.
Novice out there, Mike Rosmalen. He did race last week, but he didn't have a lot of luck. We didn't see much of him altogether. I wonder how he's going to perform this week. And like we said, the grades have split up a little bit more. I think we've got our friend Charlie Lobb that has gone up to Reds, hasn't he? Yes, from blue to Reds.
Yes.
We've got our newly crowned Irish Open champion, Ryan Wright, and Jeremy van der Kratz up into red top. Down to the blues, in this heat we've got Hade Velema and Sven de Jong. And it's our yellow grey group that's become a bit bigger, innit? Ian McLaughlin, Bart Wouters, Aaron Tottem, Patrick Rutters, who's done well as well the last couple of weeks, and Ali Strachan. They've all improved from the first few meetings, haven't they?
Very, very true, Kevin. As we go into the rolling lap for heat number 1 of the saloon stock cars here at Arena Essex. What a turnout it is once again. We've got 8 white tops. We have about 11 yellow tops. I see 6 blue tops. Yep, 6 blue tops and another 3 red tops.
So what we have for this week is a actual pace car leading the way. It's a race with Venray, higher car, pace car to set the pace, and it seems to be a lot slower than last week, hasn't it, Nick? Because everyone was eager to get away, and they have to hold their horses for a little bit now.
So nice and steady rolling lap.
Yeah, it's our friend, our pace car driver and admin, Jan Hartsbecker, who leads the way now. Which
as he's going off at the front, and here we go, the green flag goes down. We're up on the way to racing for Salute Stock Cars heat number 1. And big carnage already there in turn 4. Cars are going pretty much everywhere there as the cars now go into turn number 1.
So we've got Glenn Mattens leading the way in the higher car, then we've got Jamie Sampson up in second.
Jamie Sampson's holding second there.
Following him, and he's getting pushed into the bend. Oh, massive! Oh, I see massive!
Oh my God! Huge pile up there in turn number 2, as it is still Glenn Mertens leading the way in car number 48. He's got a bit of a gap now. He's also been one of the people that has practiced quite a lot. Jamie Sampson now getting the bumper from Nigel Thomas in 642. Mikey Rossmarlin still 4th in his brand new car. Then it's Darren Turner in 379. Peter Shaw goes in with a bumper big time there in car number 134. Cole Atkins is still on the back of them drivers as Mikey Rossmarlin goes in with the attack onto Jamie Sampson. Peter George jumps the curb there, and it's been a car around there. That's Cole Atkins who just gets an add on there from Heindorf Vellemer.
Oh, and Mikey Rossmarlin goes round, but no, he hasn't, because Peter Shaw lined him up again. And he is still in 4th position. Who's leading, Nick? It's Glenn Mattens, but he gets spun out! He's gone! The leader has gone. And it's now Nigel Thomas leading the way, who's already catching up with backmarkers. He looks to be very quick, isn't he?
Yes, very quick. And look who's coming up there already. Oh, I think he's in second already. Charlie Lobb from Red Grade now going into second place.
Oh, he gets caught up with Geronimo, who is a back marker, and he's got Jamie Sampson.
And here comes Sampson together with Shaw. They're trying to attack the second place driver. So Charlie Lopp really ruling this one very well so far, getting through the traffic very well. And it's Nigel Thomas now leading with a 4-second gap to Charlie Lopp in the 980. Then it's, I think, Peter Shaw, in 134. Then it's blue top driver Hardy Vellemer, and Jamie Sampson still comfortably in 5th place, and that would be a final qualifying spot.
So it is still Bart Wouters who is now overtaking Charlie, but he is obviously a lap down. But he's still got Peter Shaw in his mirror, who wants to go in for a move. But it looks to be that Heindorf Vellemer is doing very good as well, isn't he?
He's doing very well too. Going currently in 4th place on the back bumper of Pete Shaw and Charlie Lobb. As Shaw just nearly spun around, he rejoins over the infield. He goes over the speedway track, jumps off the curb there. And now it's Hardy Vellemer up the inside of 980, who's Charlie Lobb. Bumpers going in from Vatters as well. And they collect the back of Kenny Margemans.
And it is now Hardy Vellemer up in 2nd place. And it's
what
still
a race.
Thomas leading the way comfortably. Worth mentioning is Patrick Rutters, who is in 3rd. Charlie Lobb in 4th.
And here is Vellemer now, right on the back of 642. Up the inside he goes for the lead of this race. 3-2-1 Hardy Vellemer. Oh, he gets caught with the back marker. Here he goes though, up the inside of 642. Here comes the attack, I'm sure. The bumper goes in from 642 on 3-2-1. What a race there in heat number 1 already. 2 laps to run, 1.5 now. With 642 trying to attack the 3-2-1 and to hang on for 1st place. Side by side they go over the line. The last lap it is now. 642 on the inside, 3-2-1 on the outside. What a race this is for heat number 1 already.
Is he going
Charlie
to
Lobb not going to play a role in this one. Here he goes, last but lunge. 3-2-1 goes up the inside of 6-4-2. McLaughlin gets involved as well, and that's an easy victory there for 3-2-1 Hardy Vellemer. The blue top driver takes the checkered flag in heat number 1. It's Nigel Thomas taking 2nd place in 6-4-2 and Charlie Lobb in 3rd. What a race this has been for heat number 1.
What a race, Nick. That was excitement up until the last lap, hasn't it? And Hardy done very well to win that one. as we see him celebrating his win on the infield, doing a couple of donuts. No, good win by him. He started off from the red tops the beginning of this E-Series, hasn't he? But he's improved. He dropped down after a couple of unlucky races, but he's gone up well. And I think we should give the people a run through the results of Heat 1.
Yes, we really should, Kevin. Wow. First have to calm down a little bit. Very exciting start there into Heat number 1. As Hardy Velema takes the checkered flag in car number 321. Second was Nigel Thomas in the 642. Then it was Charlie Lobb, the West Country driver, in 980. Fourth was our newly crowned Irish champion, Ryan Wright, in 153. Fifth was Patrick Rutters in 424. And look who's qualified for the final. It's Remco van Wezel in car number 18.
The Crash King making it straight into the final, and that is a good performance from Blue Top. And unlike the last couple of weeks, Nick, isn't it the case today that we see a lot of higher grade drivers joining the front, because I think there's a couple of less cars out there, so the lower grade drivers don't jump away and have a massive gap to the off straight away.
That's what it looks like. I mean, Arena Essex is a track that suits the higher top drivers as well. I think it's very this race has been quite racy, let's say. Not a lot of like huge carnages, blockages, and stuff like that. So the race seemed to be going a lot better. And I mean, Nigel Thomas, he held it well from white top. You know, what a fight with blue top there. So you can see that the blue tops have the chance of the red tops to get to the front, but as well as the white tops, if they get a good start or on pace, they can win them races as well. So people join in now for Heat number 2. Drivers that will be in this one are Jake Swan in car number 538, making his debut tonight. Then it's Janham Kingma in H339. It's Baron Terpstra going out there. Johnny Wood, Will Brazier. So Rowan Venny as well in car number 370.
Plus our newcomer, what's his name? Pandamine,
Andrew Mean, yeah, the 140 machine. He's also joining us in for Heat number 2. Eddie Darby is also joining in now, the 2-time world champion, joining us live tonight. So I'm looking forward to that, seeing how he's going. He's not been doing so bad at all. So I'm looking forward to how he's going to perform tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be interesting to see what's happening in this race. And I think we had a good opener, and it's been a different opener as well, because this wasn't a whites and yellows race, but a race with all the great drivers in there. And I think it's been a good opener of the evening, and we've got some exciting racing to come up for us. And there's another whopping 250 people that was watching on our Facebook and YouTube channel at the same time. So thank you all for joining in. It's
Very
the
nice.
fourth week in a row that we're doing this now, and there's still 200 plus people watching every night, so that's good to see. Keep everyone interested and fun, and we want to mention RR Science, René Raya Science, that is sponsoring this meeting today, isn't he, Nick? He is sponsoring a fully signed written number plate, roof vent, to whoever wins the grand final.
Very true. Not mentioned that somehow so far. Yes, with René Raya sponsoring tonight's meeting. Very nice from him. Thank you, René, for that one. Unfortunately, he is not able to race tonight himself. But we are very happy that he is sponsoring a fully signed written roof vent to whoever wins tonight's final. So thank you, René, for your donation. And we are looking forward to who's going to win the fully signed written roofing tonight in the grand final. Who do you reckon has good chances then, Kevin?
Charlie Lobb has proved himself to be very quick, hasn't he? But so has Hein Dirk in that last race. And like we said, I think this is the first meeting we will see blue and red grade drivers dominate the meeting rather than the lower grade drivers. That's my feeling. That's my gut feeling for this evening. But we've got some good lower grade drivers as well. And if they manage to get away from the start and hold a gap that is big enough to keep them away, but the pace difference is a bit bigger than on other tracks, I feel like. Because it's such a hard track. Arena Essex with that inner curb, you get caught up in it easily. We've done a lot of practicing this week, haven't we? And yeah, you just make a mistake easily. If you catch that inner curve, your car nearly rolls, or you get a puncture or rip a wheel off. So it's all down to consistent and clean driving, and I think the more experienced drivers have more chance of doing that than the lower grade drivers.
Very true. As I just watched the practice racing now that's going on, maybe you can switch screens as well, Kevin, for a second, as there's a lot of carnage going on in this practice session at the moment.
Let's have a look then.
Everyone trying to do a little amount of laps before we go into heat number 2, but it looks like it's carnage all over the place.
One of the things worth mentioning is Craig Banwell. Nick, he messaged me on quarter to start time saying that his computer crashed. Every setting on his laptop was lost, and he had to reinstall everything in 15 minutes time.
No way.
At least we don't have like real life repairments and quick fixes, but this is something worth mentioning. It is that stock car skill in it, to trying to sort things very quickly.
Yeah. So Craig Banwell doing his best to keep going for this round number 4 as the admins call heat number 2. So it looks like we are all set and ready to go for this heat number 2. A lot of drivers out in this one. It's actually, I think, about 30 cars still in this one.
We split up the heats even more than we have the last couple of weeks, and we still get a big 30 car turnout, thanks to every single real life driver that's made time to practice and race with us this evening, because we really appreciate it, and so do we appreciate the 250 people that are watching at the moment. Don't forget that your non-qualifier can still be voted into the final this evening with another wildcard, even though it's not a championship race. There's still chances of people getting into the final, your favorite driver of this evening. So yeah, everyone get involved. The chat is still working like last week, and we love to see you interacting with us. It's good fun. As we see some people crashing on the parade lap, the lineup lap already. And we've got a new skin this week, haven't we, Nick? With Ryan Wright's freshly signed green and white checkered roof after his last week's final win.
Yes, he's got the Irish Open roof on his car now. Green and white checks for him. Good win last week. What a race it has been. So I'm sure he's quite proud to be out there with his green and white checks now. I see Ryan Wright's dad joining in now as well. Ronnie, welcome Ronnie on this stream. Watching your son trying to get a fully signed written roof in for his new car. But first he has to qualify for the final. Was he in between the top 6 in the first heat? Can't even remember anymore.
No, I thought he was in 8th. No, was he? I can't even remember. That first race was chaos, wasn't it, Nick? That was a good race. That was a good race to start off, though. This heat again, we have our 3 red top drivers: Ryan Wright, Charlie Lobb, and where's Heinrich blue? Oh yes, he is blue.
He is blue top, yeah. As the first man to line up with the white tops is Eddie Darby in car number 577, giving his famous racing number over to his son Warren, who's also out there tonight. The two-time world champion's been practicing quite a lot, and he has improved. And I'm quite sure he's one of the contenders to qualify for the final.
And doesn't this E-Series bring up some surprising moments? Eddie Darby out in the Samson Hire car. What more do you want? Who else have we got here? Because this week we've got some more people out in hire cars. We've got Panda Mean as well out there. Geronimo, we was also out in the first heat, but was quite unlucky. As we see our Raceway Vanride car leading the way again for the second heat of this evening. We've got Darren Turner, who has practiced a lot, but was still a bit unlucky lap time wise, out in this one, who is hoping to qualify for the final as well.
So then, here we go. Cars are rolling. It looks to be exciting. We have now, check quick, we have exactly 27 cars out for this race. So 27 people fighting for glory in this heat number 2. Cars are rolling now down the back straight into turn 3, turn 4, as the pace car now gets up to speed, and away we go.
And we are on board with Eddie Darby, who is leading the way in our second race. 15 lap race. Wonder what's going to happen in this one. Can we see the higher grade drivers move up again, or is it the time for our lower grade drivers this time? As we
Oh my god!
a big shunt, a big follow it into the bend, but no damage seems to be done, and Eddie is still leading the way, Nick.
Look at that. That must be Eddie's experience right there. I mean, he rode that follow-in straight out and is now leading. Look at his pace. He's even pulling away from Nigel Thomas and Geronimo at the moment. So 577, Eddie Darby is leading the way from Nigel Thomas in 642. Geronimo going in with big bumpers there as Eddie Darby now starts catching up the back markers. Jake Swan and Will Brazier already a lap down. Will Brazier hits the 577 car, but Eddie Darby just stays calm and is leading the way. Geronimo going around. Darren Turner going around. Warren Darby's involved there. Ian McLaughlin. Lol. You know, whatever name. I know that. You know that name is so hard to pronounce. Oh, look at that!
What's gonna happen?
Oh my god!
Is he getting through? Eddie Darby is through. He's done it. Yes, and he is now way up. And can you see the difference? It's one of the Kingwells in second, but he's got a massive 5-second lead. Oh, as Johnny Wood gets in, but he's still leading the way, Nick. What a surprise! This is the prize of the race so far.
Eddie Darby leading the way now, even nearly lapping. Oh, then there's Sammy Sampson around, and he just goes through it. How does Eddie Darby manage that? He just went through the fucking pile-up. Unbelievable! I can't even believe it.
Oh, that was some work. That was some racing. That was good managing of the traffic, and he's still leading the way with a massive 7-second gap lead up to Peter Shaw. As we get up into another big pile-up
in turn number 4.
Yes, and we have now.
As it is still Eddie Darby leading the way, and here comes Nigel Thomas now. Eddie Darby gets stuck, but he just carries on like nothing happened. 577, Eddie Darby leading it over Peter Shaw. Then it's Warren Darby in 3rd place. Geronimo is 4th. Then it's Zach Gilmore, the jock, in 5th place. Darren Turner. Then it's Andrew Mean, the novice driver, in 7th. Ryan Wright now up to 8th in 153. He's the first red top at the moment.
It's worth mentioning, Nick, that we have a Derby, a father and son, 1 and 2 at the moment. And it's Peter Shaw up in 2nd now. He's having a good race as well.
So he's looking to change the plans from the Derbies of having 1 and 2. So the Northern Irish man really going well. Kingwell's going backwards there in turn number 4. And it's Eddie Darby still leading the way with 3 laps to run now. The 2-time world champion. Is he also going to be able to win this heat number 2? Here he comes over the line. 2 laps to go with Peter Shaw in 2nd. And Warren Darby's around. Warren Darby's now around there in turn 4. And I think this ends the plans to get a 1-2 for the Darby family.
Yeah, we have Geronimo now up in 3rd. But I think it's Eddie Darby now going into the last lap of the race. Is he going to win this race from white top? And as I see the top 6 that is about to qualify for the final, all white and blue, white and yellows. As Eddie Darby goes around the last bend, Nick.
Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. 577 Eddie Darby. It doesn't matter what number he's racing with. He's still winning races. Eddie Darby takes heat number 2 here at Arena Essex. Absolutely unbelievable from the 2-time world champion. Then it's Peter Shaw in car number 134. Zach Gilmore gets a brilliant 3rd place. And look at Andrew Mean taking 4th place. The man who never raced one of our E-Series rounds yet, taking 4th place in his debut.
And it's worth mentioning that Craig Banwell, with his 15 minutes before the meeting starts computer problems, now making his way around the track backwards, has qualified him straight into the final. Good job by him as well.
Warren Darby unfortunately dropped down until 9th place. Ryan Wright was the first red top and he finished in 10th. So this looked to be a very, very chaotic race. With Ryan Wright just finishing in 10th place, but he was the last man that didn't get lapped by the leader. So Eddie Darby is your heat number 2 winner with actually 9.5 seconds of a lead. That was more than a half a lap on Peter Shaw in the 134. 3rd was Zach Gilmore in car number 122. 4th was Andrew Mean in car number 140. That was Geronimo Ashton Armstrong in 527 in 5th. And 6th went to Craig Banwell in the 128. 7th was Rowan Venai in 370. 8th was Darren Turner, 379. 9th was Warren Darby in the 677. And 10th was Ryan Wright in car number 153. So that was a brilliant heat number 2. Awesome drive there by Eddie Darby, also coming in on the chat from Paul and Jeffrey. And that's pretty much what I think.
Yeah, that was another good race. I am surprised by how good the racing has been the first 2 heats, Nick. I thought we did a good shout of trying to like narrow down the amount of drivers per race, but there was still some massive pileups. I thought I was looking at a firecracker heat rather than a soccer race in that last one. As we've already gone through the second heat and now moving up to heat 3. We are racing through the races quickly this evening.
Yes, I think that's very good for the viewers as well. Getting through the races as quick as possible. Not too much of a delay between the races. So I think that's very good for all the people out there as well. As drivers start joining the track now for or joining the server for heat number 3. Some of the drivers are also having a practice go again, trying to use the last few minutes to get ready for the next heat. 3 minutes to the start time of heat 3. I'm just getting a message there from the admins.
Do you have some music for us to play, Mr. Antwerp?
Very good idea. I just needed a quick bit of water, to be fair.
Yes, that last couple of races got me excited, Nick.
Yes, my voice is dead already. So then, here we go.
Do we have any first timers out in this race? So like the first outing of the evening. I think it's Barend Terpstra. Has he been out? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Barend is also one of the drivers that now has gone and invested into an actual steering wheel. I think the steering wheels in the UK and Holland is going to be sold out after this E-Series continues for a couple more weeks.
A lot of drivers now upgrading from their Xbox controllers, PlayStation controllers, or whatever, pretty much, onto steering wheels to be more competitive for the racing. But it also works with the controllers. I mean, this is not a very serious league, is it? It's just down for the fun, for having a little bit of a good time with all the driver colleagues and all the Stock fans. So we are pretty much trying to get everyone going in this league and in this E-Series. Another one of the very new drivers to the E-Series is Matt Sterling in NI747. Of course, your current real-life Irish Open champion, the current Golden Helmet champion from Northern Ireland. So a very warm welcome to Matt. Nice to have you on board as well. So we pretty much have a bunch of very, very famous drivers from real life now as well. We've got the Scottish champion, we've got the Irish Open champion, just missing the very big names, but maybe we will get them on board for one of the rounds in the future.
And I see there are people asking for news from the pit reporter. I am sorry to announce you for this week, the pit reporter has been very busy, hasn't he, Nick? So sadly no pit reporter this week, but who knows what will happen next week and what we'll have out there. Oh.
Let's hope he will be back very, very soon.
Yes.
Not this week though.
Rumors are he lost his Avon hat and he don't want to show up on screen with his current haircut due to all barbers being closed at the moment. As we are ready for Heat 3 and I'm excited to see what's going to happen now. We are joining the track again on our live racing and going to have a look. And so far, Nick, this is going to be commentator Jinx, but no crashing of my R-Factor thus far.
Very, very good, isn't it?
Ain't that amazing?
Maybe you shouldn't have said that.
Oh, it's gonna crash. It's gonna crash soon now. So who's your contender for this race then, Nick? Because I think we've seen two completely different races, haven't we? The first race was completely dominated by red and blue top drivers, and the last one was everyone from the lower grades, creating a massive gap and no one being able to catch up again.
That's very, very true there, Kevin. we will have to wait a few more minutes, and then we will know what's going to happen in this Heat 3. We've got 28 cars out there. So once again, a lot of drivers going out for this one, as the cars now start to line up in their racing with their racing grades. Let's see if we have huge pile-ups in this one once again. Let's hope the drivers stay a little bit calm in this one and produce some good racing for us.
So down the blue tops, we have our friend, the Butcher, Jake Swan. We have Kenny Wagemans, we have Crash Kid, Remco Verwezen, who's already made it into the final. We have Bart Wouters, Will Brazier, and also Craig Benham, who's also made it into the final already. And it's worth mentioning that if you're in the top 6 in this heat, and people, outside the top 6, and there's people in front of you that have qualified, we just count on towards their next position, don't they? So if you're either 7th, 8th, whatever, you still get in. Ain't that the way how it works, Nick?
That's how it works, Kevin. 24 drivers will go straight into the final, and then we'll have the fan vote for who's going to join in for the final. The cars are rolling now. 28 of them. No, 27, excuse me. Of them out there for this upcoming heat. We have Glenn Mertens once again on front row there, together with Mikey Rosmalen in car number 400. Those are the front row sitters for heat number 3. I see Luke Darling's now watching. Hello, Luke. Welcome to our stream. And a lot more people. I can't say who it is, because we have currently 180 people watching just on Facebook. So
I think we've got a bit of a stoppage here. I think Mr. Pace Car needs to pick up the pace a little bit. We've got Ian Govier in here, and he's keen. And we are on the way for heat number 3, and we are up and running. And it is Glenn Mertens leading the way in the first corner. But we've got Geronimo taking the inside, and it's now Mikey Rosmalen in his brand new online cracker car who is leading the way, Nick.
He's now leading the way. What a fight, though, between Ashton Armstrong and Darren Turner. Armstrong now takes up the race lead. And here comes the bumper from Turner once again. What a fight. And Ian Govey has gone around already. Now already a back marker. 527 leading the way now. Here comes the huge bumper there from 379. And I'm always want to try and say Simon Van Eyck, but it's Rowan Van Eyck who just went around in turn number 3.
Oh, and what's happened? Oh, Geronimo's gone out of the lead. I think he's got a problem. I think he's got a puncture. And we now have Darren Turner, like I said, who has been practicing quite a lot but hasn't had much luck, leading the way in this race.
Second is now Michael Rosmalen. Eddie Darby currently running third, your heat number 2 winner. Then it's Glenn Mertens and Matt Sterling in 5th.
And it's Eddie Darby who we are now on board with in this race again. No, not quite. About to take second place from Mike Rosmalen. Is he going to be able to win another race?
Eddie Darby now up into second with Darren Turner leading the wheel. Wait, Craig Banwell gone around there in car number 128. As Darren Turner is now about to lap a few drivers. Now it's going to be difficult for the 379 machine to keep going between the back markers. And that has slowed him down already. And Eddie Darby's now making up a lot of ground. Eddie Darby really getting there now. Just 1 car length between the 379 of Turner and the 577 from Eddie Darby.
So we are now on board with Eddie Darby on his bonnet cam, following the orange car of Darren Turner. And he goes in for a punt, and he is now taking the lead. But is Darren Turner going to come back at him, Nick? What do you think? Is he going for a lunge? Is he? No, he's not. He's waiting.
Not yet. He's just waiting for a second. He goes through Jake Swan and Baron Tapster now. Eddie Darby's got a bit of a gap already. Here comes Swan now from the left down. Just puts the leader straight into the wall.
It's been a massive punt, and it's now Darren Turner.
He comes up the inside of Darby. 379 takes up the race lead once again.
Is he going to come back at him? What do you think? Is he not? Yes, he is.
Here they go. And look who's coming there in third place. Glenn Martin. Just on their back bumper now in car number 48, so he wants to get involved as well. Here he comes now. Turner goes in with a bumper onto Terpstra, who is between the 2 leaders now. But here comes Glenn Martins. He goes up the curb and spins himself around.
It's Glenn Mertens who has spun out of third place of this heat, and it's Eddie Darby leading the way again. But we see another young gun moving up quickly. It's Rowan Van Eye, who is now moving up into third, and it's Charlie Lobb in fourth. But it's still a massive gap to catch up with. But we see Rowan Van Eye now taking second, and if Darren Turner isn't going to bother him too much, I think he's got a good shot of trying to...
Here goes Swan around there.
Is he?
And here comes Van Eye! And here comes Van Eye! And he's attacking now! On to Eddie Darby! On together now! Turner! He puts both of them in! And Darby gets stuck on the post! 577 went straight to the post, and it's a lead now for Rowan Van Eye at 370. Here comes now Darren Turner because he gets stuck on wood.
Is he going for a shot in the last corner?
The last bend now, 379.
No, he's not. He's not going to make it, and it's going to be Rowan Van Eye winning our Heat 3 of the evening, with Darren Turner up in second, Charlie Lobb in fourth, and Eddie Darby, despite catching a post on the back straight, still making it up to fourth place.
Aaron Kingwall took fifth in this one, and Bart Bouter's taking sixth and getting a spot in the final. What a race once again. Rowan Van Eye sneaks up the inside and gets the lead with 2 laps to go and just goes and wins Heat 3.
So, and it's Bart Wouters who's qualified as well. That is worth mentioning. That was a good one. That was another good race, Nick. That was an unexpected turn of events for the outcome of that race. As we run through the results, it's Rowan Van Eye winning, Darren Turner in 379 in second, Charlie Lobb in third, Eddie Darby in fourth, Aaron Kingwell in fifth, Wouters in sixth. They straight qualify for the final. I don't know exactly who already has qualified, so it's going to be a couple of places more. Patrick Rutgers in seventh, Bo Blow in eighth, Jan Harm Kingma in 9th, and Ian McLaughlin in 10th, who rounds off the top 10. But there might be some of the drivers from up to 7th to 10th that qualify to a top 6 driver who's already gone into the final. So I wonder what's going to happen. And we've got still one more heat to run. Was this Heat 3 or 4? No, this was Heat 3, wasn't it?
This was Heat 3, so one more heat to go before the grand final. And after that, obviously, we also have the 4-country battle on. The one we promised last week, but the one that had been cancelled because of the server problems will still be on today. We promised it will be on today. So it's going to be the 4-country battle. Ireland versus England versus Holland versus Scotland. So I'm really looking forward to that. And to what country's gonna get the win home.
As people are joining the server for our 4th heat, and we still have a massive 250 people altogether watching our stream this evening. And I see the Atkins joining the server, Nick, but we've not seen any of the Atkins out in the early heats, have we? I think we've missed out on something.
It's Darren and Cole both racing together. They are they have been online the whole day, to be fair, and been practicing racing around this track and been doing quite well, to be fair.
No, but I don't remember them seeing out in a heat, or did I miss something?
I have no idea, to be fair.
No,
too many drivers.
Too many drivers.
But really, really nice, I think, to see father and son enjoying the online races together. All the saloon stockout families, like the Darbys, also the Atkins, to see them out there already and together doing something in those times as a father and son. Callum Towie is now asking what track's going to be next week. No idea, actually. We don't know yet. It's yet to be decided what track we're going to run next week. But we will look forward because I guess the corona situation is going to keep us going like that for a little bit longer. We will look and try to get a full fixture list out as soon as possible for the upcoming weeks. I think that would be good and handy to have.
Yeah, the thing is, we make up the fixtures as we go, don't we? Kind of just We don't have any exact plans because we don't know how long the situation will last. So we're trying to give some entertainment while we have to, while the real racing isn't going. So we take it from week to week basically. And no, Callum now replies would love Taunton. That's gonna be a big crashing track, isn't it? No, but. What we take into consideration is that the tracks we use on this game have fixed replay cameras where I have to operate the cameras from as the stream. And some of the tracks don't have such good cameras. So some of them are good to race on as good fun, but they won't provide any good coverage. And that's what we got to take into consideration as well to give the people that are watching something good to see. So I've got a feeling that we are moving back to a shale track next week because we haven't done any shale in the last couple of weeks. But we've got a couple of sponsors that want to sponsor the next meetings, and we kind of give them a shout of what they want as well. So because they're paying for something or giving a prize away to the final winner, and they've got their say in doing what they want as well, don't they, Nick?
Very, very true. Heat 4 has just been called, so Heat 4 time it is. 15 laps once again for the saloon stock cars. I think we'll have about 25 cars out in this one, including some of the top drivers and also one of the lower grade drivers. So let's get down to the track, see who's out there.
As I was looking at the pits, and it's pretty empty. So everyone's out on track, which is a good side. Which is a good side. We have our drivers lining up again. One of the drivers we haven't seen much of is Aaron Totham as well. He's been doing well in practicing. He hasn't had a lot of luck in the races so thus far. But then again, we can only we concentrate on the front, don't we? And we don't know what's happening in the back of the field most of the time. But I was surprised as well. Do you remember Rowan out in his first couple of races back at Lynn a couple of weeks ago? And how he was struggling to get the car around properly, and how he's improved to be quick as he is now. A lot of drivers have improved big time, haven't they?
Very true, Kevin. I mean, Rowan Venno went up to yellow top already and is now still winning races from there. And he just started racing online, I'd say about 5 weeks ago. So this really looks with a little bit of dedication and a little bit of practicing where you can get. And I can just say to every single driver that's watching the live stream now and that is not racing himself, if you have a PC and a controller or a wheel or whatever, just give us a message. We'll sort you out on the game and get you going for this one.
Nick is not offering a massage, a message. In case
just
you want a massage, send him a personal message. No, only joking. If anyone wants to go, don't hesitate to give us a shout, and we'll help you install it and get as many people out on track as we can. Because I think everyone who's been doing it so far is looking to enjoy it properly. Not only the people that are watching it, but all the drivers that are racing as well, which is looking good. And we still have a massive 200 people watching an hour into the stream, Nick. So thank you for your support, everyone. Will we see another race win of Eddie Darby? Is he going to do the hat-trick tonight? I didn't even win the last one. He was about to win the last one, wasn't he?
Yeah, true. But look at that. The cars are now pushing around the pace car in this rolling lap. Good, that's the saloon as well. I can remember some scenes at Carnaby, so the saloon's crashing away the pace car. As we get underway into racing, Eddie Darby gets a very good start in 577. Gets away at the front as Nigel Thomas goes in with his bumper, but Pete Shaw just decides to spin him round in the 642, and he's standing very... Oh, look at that. He just reversed straight into the traffic. A huge traffic jam there in turn number 2. A lot of carnage. Heinduk Velema, the Heat 1 winner, is around already. Craig Banwell was involved there. Bo Below was involved there. So that was a lot of carnage in those early stages. As we now have Eddie Darby with what a massive lead once again in the lead. Pete Shaw second in 134. Then it's Matthew Sterling, the Northern Irishman, in 747. Meany in camera 140 is now fourth. Then it's Warren Darby, Mikey Rosmalen, and John Kingwell.
So we are moving our look back to the leaders, and we are now on board with Pete Shaw, who is close to the bumper. Oh,
and here goes the bumper straight in.
A big shot on Eddie, but he still keeps his place. And that is some experience showing there, isn't it? And it's
Look at Rowan Venai going through there, up the inside, and Pete Shaw drifting sideways there out of turn 4. He should have the mission to get Eddie Darby now, but Rowan Venai's doing the job for him. He spun around Eddie Darby, the leader's around in 577. So it's now Meany, Andrew Mean, the newcomer, leading the way in car number 140.
No,
side by side with...
it is Pete Shaw who's taken up on the inside and are battling for the first place in this race. And it's Meany taking the lead again. But will he come back at him? Will he come back? Yes, he is. A little punt, and it's Pete Shaw trying to take back first position.
Look at that race between 140 and 134. Both of them are white tops, and both of them are determined to win this heat number 4. Bumper on bumper they are. Pete Shaw now going in with a bumper, but he goes a little bit wide. Meany doesn't get the turn just right, though. Not quick enough. Peter Shaw still right on his rear tail. Here goes the bumper in from 134 and 140. And I've seen Warren Darby in the background there going straight through the wall. I think he even lost a tyre on that one.
And I think it's worth mentioning Mr. Jeremy van der Crash moving up into 4th position. And I think thus far he hadn't qualified for the final so far. Is he going to catch up with the leaders? I think he's got a good shout at him.
Peter Shaw it is. And here comes Aaron Kingwell now between the two leaders. So and he keeps Peter Shaw on the outside there. He just puts the bumper in on the leader from a lap down. As it's 134 now, it's still leading the way from 140. Then it's 677 at number 16.
Oh, and Kingwell goes in for a punt on the leader. And he's now taken... Oh, and it's a big come together.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 3 laps to go, and all the 3 leaders are going side by side out of 2-2. Warren Darby goes up the inside to take the lead, and King playing a role there. Meany goes in with the bumper big time. Jeremy van der Kratz is just smiling and trying to close on the leader.
For a big bounce.
And there he goes around. He's around, and that I think is the win for Darby. Here comes Jeremy van der Kratz, and he gets stuck on a spinning car. Jeremy van der Kratz gets stuck on a spinning car. And it's now Warren Darby leading from Reuters. And here comes Pete Shaw up to second once again. So it's one more lap to go for Warren Darby going down the back straight now. But Rowan Venai is behind him now. Is he going to take out the leader? He's braking. And here comes Johnny Wood in with a bumper from a lap down. But Warren Darby rides out turn number 4 and takes the victory in this heat 4. Patrick Reuters gets second with Jeremy van der Kratz third. John Kingwell 4. Peter Shaw 5th. Flash 5, 6, 1 and 6. Honestly, Kevin, I need a drink.
Oh, that was some race, wasn't it? What a battle for the lead. Please, people that was watching, let us know in the comments what you thought of that one. That was some entertaining racing that went on. And did you see Jerry van der Kratz in the 11th or 12th lap taking the lead, getting caught up, have a 1 or 2 second delay, and then ending up back into 7th again. Oh, that was good fun.
Unbelievable scenes in this heat number 4. Warren Darby takes heat number 4 after his father took heat number 2 tonight. So both of the Darbys won a race already tonight. Absolutely unreal stuff there. Once again, I say online racing is as good, nearly as good as real life racing. It's so entertaining. It's so nice. And for the time we don't have the real life racing, I think this is a really good thing to really good thing to do.
I think we are going to have to wait for the list of people that have made it into the final, so we can get our viewers to vote their favorite non-qualifier into the final by a wildcard, Nick.
Very true that.
I think Mr. DJ needs to play a little bit of music while we get ready for our grand final of this evening. Who's the winner will win our fully signed written roofing by RR Signs.
Yes, thank you again there to René Raya for sponsoring this fully signed written roofing for tonight's meet-in final winner. Although he can't be part of tonight's racing, very good to see him sponsoring round number 4 of the E-Series.
And we see Panda Mean reply, good race that. He is straight into the stream replying on his enjoyment of this. And I think it was worth mentioning Panda, and so was Matt Sterling, who only installed this game this afternoon, once did Nick, when he was on his computer getting the game sorted, and he was now running up into the top 5 halfway through the race.
Yes, exactly, Kevin. Very, very good race this was. As I see more comments coming in from Kieran Thomas, for example. You're doing a great job, Kevin and Nick. Every week, keep it up. Thank you very much. We're doing our best on the streams, I can assure you that. And we are just looking to get some entertainment on for you guys. Ivan Street also commenting, top entertainment, great race. Thank you, Ivan. Very nice to have you back on the stream. Even at, let's say, your age, great to see you being interested in online racing in a virtual
Did you just call Ivan old? Mr.
No,
Nick?
Ivan is of course a 20 odds, so that's alright. No.
And I think it's worth mentioning as well that he's offered to sponsor one of our next meetings, hasn't he? So anyone that is up for sponsoring, just like Ivan, he sent us a message saying I want to sponsor one of the next meetings. We really appreciate it, don't we? Especially like the people who already have, like Ryan and Renee this week, and for the upcoming meetings. Hiring the service, sorting out the stream does cost a little bit of money, and yeah, it's good to have people supporting us so we can keep doing this as long as this pandemic situation will carry on. And I see people voting already, even though we haven't even mentioned who hasn't qualified.
Also got Stanley Buddha commenting, cheers for a great evening of racing. Thank you, Stan. He's one of the top men behind the cameras over here. Always producing some very, very good photos. Also quite a lot of photos from the saloon meetings. So thank you for watching, Stan. And yeah, as you already said, people trying to vote people in for the final already, although we don't have a official list of drivers that are not qualified yet. As I'm sure the meeting admins are now trying to sort out who exactly is in the final already and who's not. Also, maybe worth to mention, normally we would have been at Blauwis today.
Yes, this would have been the opening race of our shale season up in Holland, with Emmen on the Saturday and Blauwis and on Sunday and Monday during the King's Battle weekend. Sadly, that isn't going ahead, but we are trying our best to give some entertainment to replace that. We have Craig Banwell. Can we have Wolfgang joining you guys on the commentary next time? Well, I think Wolfgang has been asking for the Wrecking Ball video for 2 weeks straight now, so I think we should give him a go next week and announce the video himself so we can have most enjoyment out of it.
It's going to be the Wrecking Ball challenge. Everyone's got to send in their Wrecking Ball videos now for us to show in the stream.
I saw a comment about someone mentioning the F1 stream as well and comparing theirs to ours. We are not trying to compete with them. I mean, the F1s and F2s are all doing a great job, and we all appreciate them equally. It's that what they put in their effort of trying to give some entertainment during these bad times of quarantine or staying inside, of not being able to do anything. So no, we are not trying to compare our streams to others. I enjoy watching the other streams as well, so did I enjoy watching the Wreckfest. We do take a couple of little ideas from the other streams, don't we, Nick? But it's just like real life. Look at the others who are racing or doing something and copy their ideas.
No, we're just trying to improve our stream as well as possible and bring a good entertainment over to you. So at the end of the day, it's just for the quality of the stream, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I see. Do you have any word from the race admins how long they will be till the qualifiers list will be out?
I've not heard anything from the admins yet. Very good job. Thank you to them. No, they're doing a great job, to be fair, behind the scenes, keeping everything going. So I won't complain about them. I see Matt Sterling not being qualified because I see the people that get kicked from the server. Ian McLaughlin not qualified. Johnny Woods not qualified. Those are the people that have been booted from the server recently. So they won't be qualified for the grand final. Cole Atkins is not qualified in the 398. Who else do I not see in here? That's going to be hard.
I see a lot of people voting for Mr. 398 Cole Atkins thus far.
Cole Atkins also voting for himself. Good job there, Cole.
Doing a good job. I see the whole Atkins family. I think everyone's come out of the Atkins family.
Probably just called grandma, grandpa, everyone. Just like, vote for me to get in the final.
Oh, good banter, good fun. I mean, and if he was to get in, that was he would have I'm sorry. He deserves to get a wild card as well if he gets it, because he's been in the serve all day practicing, hasn't he?
Very true. They've both been practicing all day, to be fair. So big credit to them. As I already said, nice to have father and son doing this together and having a bit of a giggle online. So pretty much everyone is voting for 398 already. So I would actually just say let's get 398 into the final. Because I don't think anyone will still be able to catch 398, to be fair.
No one can compare with the Atkins family voting this evening. No, I'm only joking. It's good to see everyone involved, isn't it? It's good fun. No, I mean, and as they are in real life as well, a passionate family about racing, aren't they, Nick? As we have a lot of families like that, but it's good to see, and it's good to see that coming back into our online racing as well. If you will excuse me, I need to get a little drink before the final.
All right, we'll have about 5 minutes still to go until the final is on. Yeah, Atkins family, obviously one of the very, very active ones in the Saloon Stock Car circus, doing one of the most meetings of them all, racing like 3 meetings per week and stuff like that. For most of us, it's not even thinkable, but you guys doing a great job at racing all over the country. It's probably going to be Cole Atkins out in the final. So Cole, you can join the server, please. As it's just going to be 3 minutes to start time now for the grand final, and until we would determine who's going to win the fully signed written roofing tonight. So then we'll have 24 cars out there for the grand final. I'm sure it's going to be action-packed. We've got drivers from all grades in this one. White Tops, just as Addy Darby, just as who else do we got from wide grade? Like Andrew Mean in the 140, the newcomer. Darren Turner, another White Top. We've got Yellow Tops. Just like, for example, let me check quick. Like Remco van Wezel. No, he's a blue top, I think.
Yes.
Not even too sure.
As we come in talking about grades, I am back from my little break and I am ready for I think we need to remind our race admins, by the way, Nick, that we need a 20-lap final.
Very true. I'll quickly do that.
Shout out to our Mr. Jeremy van der Kraats as well. He is, while he is racing, also being the race admin, leading people into the server and whatnot. So Respect to him as well for trying to help us out. He's a passionate racer, so he is in real life, but he's always trying to help us out and also doing meeting admins as he is also trying to win tonight's meeting. So a lot of work from people behind the scenes as well, isn't there, Nick? Not only just us two, but Jam, Jeremy and a lot of other people, like constant people that are there all week. Ryan Wright, Jake Swan, Craig Bamwell, all people like that just are spend a lot of time in the server, practice, come up with ideas, help us out with stuff that we can't think of. No, it's good fun making it what it is all together. As we still have 200 people watching, as we are about to go into our final grand final of this evening, Nick.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the final. As Warren Darby's just sent me a message saying I always wanted to race with my dad, and this made it possible. Cheers. So that's really, really good to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, and they've put on a show as well, haven't they? That was pretty good to watch. Yeah, no, I mean, they've done well this evening, and hopefully for next week we can get our skin pack sorted. So we'll save Lee Sampson some work of having to prepare 28 hire cars for one evening. No, but we'll hopefully get it sorted. And as we are waiting for our wildcard winner, 398, to join the server as well.
Still waiting for Cole Atkins to join the server. Our wildcard winner.
I think he's still celebrating the fact that he made it into the final. He's jumping in the car, getting his belts on.
Yeah, it's hard though. I mean, he needs to get his balaclava, his helmet, get himself strapped in the car. It can take a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And I wonder. It's unlike last week, wasn't it, where we started the final to it being a championship race on points. We are now starting on grades again, like the previous meetings. And can we see another lower grade driver win, or one of the blue or the red top boys take away a final win tonight? Is it gonna be a different final winner? I think the first meeting was won by Jeremy, the second meeting was won by Ryan Sentry, and the final meeting was won by Ryan Wright. Are we gonna see a fourth different final winner, Nick? What do you expect?
I'm not sure actually. I mean, the final's a little bit longer than the heater, so it gives the higher grades a little bit more of a chance to get through. But also, there's a bigger chance of getting taken out, obviously. So I'm not too sure. It's really hard to decide. I'd go for the fourth different driver, to be fair. I don't think Ryan, Jeremy, Ryan Sentry is not racing, so he doesn't have a chance to win tonight's final. But I don't think Ryan or Jeremy will win it. I think it will be some of the maybe people that not have been standing out so far tonight. It's going to be a bit of a surprise winner, I reckon.
Yes, as we are still waiting for our Atkins 398 to join the server. As that is the final person who has the need to join before we can start our big grand final of this evening. And it's been going quick, hasn't it? It's only been an hour and 15 minutes since we've started streaming. We still got a grand total of 213 people watching altogether. And
it's 1 more minute now for 398 Cole Atkins to join the server and get ready for this one. So this is the last call. Last call. Call. It's the last call. So please join the server. Otherwise, we'll have to start with the final. So people are now reckoning that Eddie Darby will win it. He's got a good chance, obviously. Going very well. Pauline Jeffrey also saying you are all doing a fabulous job. Thank you very much, Pauline. We're doing our best on this one. Jake's one, meet me at the bar, please. So Wolfgang looks to be busy in the virtual bar once again, getting some burgers and some NBA tonight.
Okay, it turns out the Atkins 399 and 398 thingy was a bit confusing because they seem to be the drivers in game had their numbers switched around. So we have been kicking 399 out of the server for 10 minutes, but we was kicking the wrong person. Our big excuses. I'm very sorry for this inconvenience. As we move on to our live race scene for the grand final of this evening.
So then, here we go. 24 cars will be out in this one.
As we have the cars lining up to their grades now. Are we gonna see a surprising fourth final winner? I hope so. I like the idea of underdogs winning, isn't it? It's always good fun to see the underdogs winning the races. Not that like today Eddie Darby is an underdog, but somewhat of an underdog in the online racing world.
As the cars go round now to line up for this one. Ian Govia having a bit of a hard time there lining up. He's right on the line. With Darren Turner now in 379 on his outside.
He did well in that race, didn't he? I was expecting him to win that one for a little while.
Pete Shaw, he had some good performances in the heats already.
He's out in the Samson Hire car, isn't he?
Out in the Samson Hire car, yes. So he's pretty much one of the favourites for me to win the final as well, if he gets away well. Andrew Mean, the newcomer, very, very good performance by him as well. So really happy to see him going well in the DSCDA hire car. And I'm looking forward to see what he can do in this grand final. So then, it's René Reyer's grand final. He sponsored it. Won fully signed written roofing to win in this race. 24 drivers have the chance still to win this roofing, to win a fully signed written roof plate for their stock car. And it will be a 20-lap race to determine who's going to be tonight's final winner.
Remember to turn down the music, Nick, before the race starts. Mr. DJ is still having a party.
As per usual.
Here we go. We see our pace car lining up the field as the drivers all roll past start-finish line. Or as Rob Porter used to say, Sharon, waving the flags for this final meeting. Final of this meeting. Let's have a look. We've got our Warren Darby out as well, I think, and Zach Gilmore. I was surprised by his pace as well in the race he qualified in. And as we see our Ryan Wright, compared to last week, he is now starting from the very back, as he is our very first series, E-Series championship winner, isn't he, Nick?
Yes, he's the first driver that won a championship on the E-Series 2020. So here we go then. The cars are rolling. 24 drivers still have the chance to win this final as the pace car is now going up with this pace, and away we go. Darren Turner gets a very, very good start. Ian Govey already in the wall there in car number 28, as everyone seems to get around the bend quite well. Huge pile up there already into turn one. Warren Darby took out Rowan Venner, so that was a little bit of a payback, I think, from the last heat. Big trouble there, but Wouters going in with a bumper big time. Patrick Rutter's going in with a bumper, as it's Darren Turner now leading from Nigel Thomas right on his rear tail. Up the inside goes 6 for 2.
Peter Shaw goes round, Nick, and it's Jan Harm Kingma up from buildup, who is already up in 4th, and we've not seen a lot of him in the heats. He did manage to qualify though, and he is showing some good pace over here, already moving up to the front of the field, and he is one of the first non-white or yellow top drivers to make it up that far up the grid.
Meany now gone around already, and Atkins went around there and reversed straight into the traffic. One of the wildcard drivers already let down and has taken out Janam Kingma with it. Janam Kingma rejoined the action though. Still trying his best. What a
big
shot
shot.
there
Oh,
from
he's got a post.
7.
Does he have a puncture or is he still going alright? It looks to be okay for now, isn't it? And
Oh, look at that. And, oh my god. Just got taken out there, Jan Kingma. What a shame. And
now
even
on
takes
board
out Van
with
Basten
Jake
as well.
Smolnik, and he's doing well. Oh,
Oh, he nearly rolls over there.
As we are
Nice
now
Thomas.
on board with Ryan Wright, Mr. Nick Antwerp, and he is up in 4th position already, 6 laps into this final, and it looks to be a complete replica of last week. He was moving up quickly and steady to moving up to the front of the pack, hoping for a second final win in a row. Is he going to do it, you think? There's only Darren Turner and Nigel Thomas 5 seconds up the road, and other than that, there's no one else.
It's going to be hard though. You can, at any time, you can get like picked up or you can be involved into traffic or crashing. So it's not over yet at all. With currently, it is Nigel Thomas in the lead in 6.42. Quite a gap to 3.79 Turner, who's now in second. Then it's Ryan Wright. Then it's Kingwell in 4th, and he is one of the bumper kings of the field. I know that for a fact. So he's always one to look out for as Ashton Armstrong looks to rejoin there in turn number 4. Nigel Thomas is now in the lead with both 331 right on his rear tail. Jan Kingma gets involved there, and 379 goes up the inside of 3.
Darren Turner taking up the lead, who is taking the inside line, but Knights comes back with a big punt. And can he navigate through the cars that have been spun out or blocking the track? Another great battle between these two drivers for the lead of this race, as we have one of the back markers go in for a big follow-in, and Nigel Thomas is still leading the way. But does he have a puncture? No, he doesn't. But we see Ryan Wright now across the curb,
going up the inside,
up the inside, trying to get away for the final lead.
Nigel Thomas still leading the way. We are halfway into this race with 6.42 now leading the way. Second is Turner, but here comes now 153 Ryan Wright, your current Irish Open champion, going up the inside and taking up second spot. Can he win the second final in a row? Craig Banwell rejoins there and takes Darren Turner out with it, but he got spun by both 31 Darren Turner around, but he can keep going in 3rd place. So is Ryan Wright going to catch Nigel Thomas in the 6.42?
Is he or is he not? We are on board with Ryan at the moment, and he is a smooth and quick driver, and he is doing well and trying. Oh, there's people reversing. There's a wheel flying across the track.
Big carnage in turn number 2.
Yes, big carnage. But he still has a gap of about 5 or 6 car lengths to make up with our race leader Nigel Thomas, who's doing a
But here comes Meany now, who gets involved and hits the 6.42 machine. He nearly spins him round as well.
And look down the grid, Nick. It's Hade Velema and Jeremy van der Kratz moving up as well, further up the field.
I think they're in 4th and 5th now, behind Darren Turner. So then it's 6.42 in the lead from 153. Then it's 379, 321 and 16. That's your top 5 at the moment as Ryan Wright keeps going through the back markers. And Meany goes in with a big push there.
We still following Ryan, but he has a hard time of trying to catch up with Nigel, it seems. He's still leading the way as he goes into the fence quite hard coming out of the corner. But now Nigel is trying to get past Darby and Wouters as back markers, and they are crawling across the curb, and it makes place for Ryan to take the lead into this final.
And Hade Velema is now going up, but he gets caught on one of the back markers. It's Jeremy van der Kratz up to 3rd now. Ryan Wright leading it, the current Irish Open champion. 2nd is Nigel Thomas. 3rd is Jeremy van der Kratz.
As we go into the last lap of this race, Nick, is he going to take the double? I think he is. He's got a good chance of doing so.
Here he comes now, down the back straight for the final time. Getting taken out on the last bend, but no one's going to be close enough. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. 153 Ryan Wright takes the second final on a row. Second goes to Nigel Thomas in the 6.42. Jeremy van der Kratz takes 3rd in H16. Hade Velema is 4th in the 3.21. Darren Turner takes 5th in this final. Rowan Van Eyck takes 6th. And Warren Darby is the first man to get lapped in 7th place. So what a race it has been there, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Wright takes the final and is now celebrating his win with some donuts.
Yes, showing
the home
up his
straight.
Irish Open champion roof, and he proves to be, basically proves to be the best and the quickest driver at the moment, isn't he? Because he won last week's final, and he's done it again in style this week. But I credits to Nigel Thomas as well, performing really good, and so was Darren Turner to make it both into the top 5 of this race, with Jeremy van der Kratz in 3rd and Hade Velema, our Heat 1 winner, up in 4th. It's been a steady race, Nick.
Really good race there by Ryan. We just have him with us now. So I just moved him up into our stream channel. Here he goes, your final winner, Ryan Wright. So Ryan, what do you think about your final win, second one in a row?
I think he's over the moon with it. I think he's fainted.
He must be. No words.
No
He's got
words.
no words left.
He's got no words. And if anyone knows Ryan, that is out of his standard situation, having no words for someone.
So he seems to have a little issue with his mic there. Or maybe he just does not want to speak to us, but...
I think he's still celebrating.
Probably.
Hello.
Oh, there he is!
There he is!
Ladies and gentlemen, your final winner, second final in a row. Ryan Wright, 1-3. What?
I had to just go for a very quick beer there, for I was rather thirsty after that, Nick.
You are lucky that you're allowed to do that on online racing. What do you think? Second final in a row. You're probably one of the men to beat at the moment, aren't you?
It looks that way. It's all a game of luck getting through that traffic. It is very, very treacherous at times, I have to say.
Okay, so thank you for the little interview, Ryan, and we hope to see you back in the 4-country battle that's up next.
One question,
Okay.
Ryan. Will we see you again next
yes,
weekend?
Kevin. Of course, can't wait.
As anyone has checked, Ryan has been in the server practicing all week. So if there's anyone who deserves a final win again like this, it's Ryan, because we spent some good times out there, haven't we?
So then,
Speak to you later, boys.
See ya.
Speak to you later. Thank you, Ryan. As we have one race left tonight, which is the 4-country battle. The race between Ireland, England, Holland, and Scotland.
Yes, so what's worth mentioning is that this is an all-in race for all drivers to get in. And it's gonna be pretty chaotic, I reckon. Because there's some big hits going in for people that want to represent their country, don't they? And what do you think, Nick? I think the Scottish drivers have got a good chance of winning, but so do the Dutch one. I mean everyone. Only the Northern Irish drivers are a bit outnumbered, aren't they? But their final winner has been Northern Irish, so I think they've got a good chance of doing well too.
A little bit outnumbered, to be fair. But I'm still looking forward to who is going to be able to win this one. I think the Dutch have a very good chance with Jeremy van der Kratz and a lot of other drivers to win this one. But further, it's all pretty much everyone. I mean, Scottish got good drivers. The English do have really good drivers. So I'm looking forward to that one.
As we still have around 200 people with us, Nick. I'm surprised by how many people wanted to listen to us talking gibberish all evening over a computer game, but people seem to be enjoying it. Let us know in the comments, please, guys, what you like, and let us know as well what you would like for next week as a track, because we are still undecided. If anyone has any ideas, plans, or whatever you want to think about for upcoming events, let us know. We've got no exact calendar, but we want to run some more championship races, don't we? And maybe even an online DSCDA E-Series World Final, if the actual one isn't happening this year.
That's the plan at the moment. So we'll have to see what's going to happen in the future, as we're now sorting everyone out into their groups.
I'm sorry. As... I think... What do you think, Nick? Are we going to see a National Saloon Stocker race or a banger race?
It's pretty much
Or a
open in this one. Pretty much allowed to do pretty much everything except from head-ons and stuff like that. So
as we see our race admin Jeremy van der Kraat mentioning in the server, no infielding, so driving across the infield, and no driving on the opposite direction. Other than that, anything goes. Represent your country, show us what you can, try to make your followers proud, and whoever crosses the line first from whichever country they're from wins the race, doesn't it, Nick?
yes, that's how it is. So we are looking forward to that one. And we'll see what's going to happen in this one. I'll be quickly going down to the drivers and be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, mate. Nou, voor alle Nederlandse kijkers ook vanavond, bedankt dat jullie er weer bij zijn. Het is echt mooi om te zien dat er na 4 weken tijd nog steeds zoveel mensen meekijken. En ik hoop dat jullie weer hebben genoten vanavond. Ik heb weer een boel plezier gehad om het te maken, dus ik hoop dat jullie dat ook mooi vinden, net als wij. En dat jullie er volgende week ook weer bij zijn. Mochten jullie ideeën hebben of opmerkingen over hoe we het allemaal organiseren en hoe en wat, laat het ons weten in de opmerkingen. Hier bij de video of bij een van onze andere posts op de pagina. Mochten jullie op Facebook kijken, vergeet niet dat we ook op YouTube nu streamen sinds vorige week. Dus je kunt ook via DSCDA op YouTube zoeken naar onze pagina. En dan kun je ook vanuit je televisie of je bed kijken in plaats van alleen op je telefoon. Dus dat is ook mooi werk. En zoals uitgelegd, deze laatste race gaat dus tussen Schotland, Noord-Ierland, Engeland en de Nederlandse rijders. En het wordt anything goes, om het zo maar te zeggen. Je follow-ins, dikke acties. Alles wordt toegestaan om te proberen ervoor te zorgen dat je eigen land wint. En degene die als eerste over de finish komt na die 15 ronden zal ook de winnaar zijn voor je land. Dus dat is een beetje het plan wat we erachter hebben. En we hopen dat het een leuk raceje wordt voor jullie als afsluiter van deze avond. Want is tevens dan ook de laatste race van deze avond. En is het allemaal weer mooi snel gelopen. En hopen we dat jullie de volgende week ook allemaal weer bij zijn.
So then we're about ready to go now. 34 cars out there for the country battle. This is going to be a war, I reckon.
It is, like we said earlier, is this game going to give people some wars leading up back into the real life? What do you think?
It's probably going to lead to some big wars in real life. On the real tracks. So this is actually the one we've been waiting for. This is the action race, let's say. In the early stages of the stock car racing, obviously, it's been always a battle between countries, between Scotland and England, or England and Holland, when the English have been racing over here. So this is pretty much the race where we want to, let's say, simulate that situation. It's going to be a team race. No one's going for their own national points. It's just going for their country. And whoever country is going to finish in first place is going to win this race. And that country is going to win this race. So that's going to be quite interesting, I reckon. And I'm really, really looking forward to what's going to happen, what the team tactic's going to be. What's going to happen with all the drivers in this one. I've seen the English drivers in their room discussing what they're going to do. So they've pretty much been...
Oh, it's worth mentioning that during the races the drivers can't talk, pretty much. But for this race we have created 4 separate rooms, haven't we? The Scottish,
yes, we have 4
Irish, yes.
Yeah, exactly. We have 4 different rooms now. All country have their own rooms, so during the racing they can speak to each other and discuss what the team tactics are and who's leading and whoever, whatever they want to do. I've seen the English discussing quite a lot already. The Irish are a little bit outnumbered with just 2 drivers, obviously. But if one of them sneaks through while Holland and England are fighting with each other, they have a good chance to win as well. I mean, Ryan Wright.
As the Dutch saying goes, when 2 dogs are fighting for a bone, the third one takes it home.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it is.
Or is it even how it works in English? I'm not sure. As we see Sven de Jong parked up with his wheel off, I think that's a sight to be seen coming into the next race. And not certainly just Sven de Jong, but a lot of driver losing wheels, bumpers, gearboxes, differentials. And maybe the plot.
So then, I'll quickly check if everyone is ready to go.
As we are waiting for the news of our race admins. As we get moved into the race, we are getting ready.
I've just been down in the English drivers channel, and they just, when I asked them about their team tactics, they just replied, Ryan Wright's going to have it. So it looks like the English drivers have a plan for this race. Just take out the Irish first and then see how they're going.
Ryan's
this is going to be entertaining, I'm quite sure.
This is going to be big ones. Big bonger ones are going to occur in this one.
Bonger ones.
Bonger. As
all right.
Our drivers are lining up for their 4-country battle. Which country is going to take the win home, Nick? I think everyone's got an equal chance of winning, but I think it's going to be good either way.
I've heard the English discussing their team tactics a little bit more than the Dutch were, so I could think that gives them a little bit of an advantage. But we'll see. I mean, if the Dutch get themselves going in this one, they have a proper good chance. They've got some good drivers with Jeremy in there. He maybe will try to get all the Dutch into a good direction for this one. So it's Matt Sterling, one of the two Irish drivers out there, Northern Irish drivers out there, on front row. So he's trying to get the best possible position to start this one from.
As we are about to go away and roll, the lap of the start of our 4-country battle as the pace car leads the way, Nick, and I think there's going to be a lot of crashing. I think it's going to be a good close-off for this evening. Everyone, thanks for all the comments again and for all the compliments we've been having. We've been enjoying it so much this evening, for all the good racing we've seen.
And of course, another driver we've been missing for Team Northern Ireland is Peter Shaw. He's shown some really good performances for Team Northern Ireland. So let's see who's going to win the 4-country battle. It's between Scotland, England, Northern Ireland and Holland now. Away we go. No rules except from not infielding and no oppo. So follow-ins, everything goes as the white tops just go straight in. And Matthew Sterling is on his roof already.
As we see again, Eddie Darby leading the way big time. But what are we going to see going into this one? Let's have a look.
Big crashes. Jeremy Van der Kruijs got very well through that first bend. Ryan Wright's having it already. So the English are pretty much making their plans real now. So we have an English driver leading the way. It's Eddie Darby at 577.
Have a look at zone 3 and 4, Nick. There is massive carnage happening.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness me. Nigel Thomas is now in second place. Peter Shaw is flying the flag in third place for Northern Ireland. Now goes down to fourth. He's in a good fight with Bart Wouters there.
As he got spun round. As we are now on board
Oh
with
my
Kenny
goodness
Wageman,
me,
who is in
look
the
at them
thick of
crashing.
the action.
And Jeremy van der Kratz just got done by his own teammate there, Glenn Mertens.
Nah, he considers himself Belgian, I think. That's why he's took him out. So, who do we have in the lead, Nick? Is it still... Oh, and...
Max Thomas.
It's Knights Thomas in the lead, Eddie Darby in second, Warren Darby in fourth, and Zach Gilmore...
For Scotland, of course, in
somewhat
fifth.
in trouble, but it's Mikey Rosmalen up in fourth. He's the first non-English driver, I think. Yes, he is, isn't he? Knights Thomas is an Englishman as well. I don't want to... I don't want to sound rude to any of the drivers, but... Oh, as I see some people slowing up already, and Knights Thomas has been taken out of the lead, it seems, Nick. And now is Mikey Rosmalen gets spun out as well. Oh, and he is...
And what a fight it is between Addy and Warren Darby now for the lead. Father and son are fighting now for the lead of this race. As Warren just got spun around, Kenny Wagemans goes up to third place now. Second place already for the Dutchman. So he's pretty much flying the flag for the Dutch now. It's England in first, and it's Holland in second and third. England in fourth. And, oh, here comes Hardy Venema goes up to fourth. So it's Dutch 2, 3, 4, and 5 with Wouters in fifth now.
The only thing they've got to do is take... Eddie gets spun out, Nick. Eddie Darby is gone. And Jan Kogma is blocking him onto the fence.
Here comes the Dutch. So all the Dutch have to do now is take out Eddie Darby. Here comes Eddie Darby. Holland picks up the lead. Wouters second. Eddie Darby drops down the order. So it's an all Holland 1, 2, and 3 now. Hardy Venema leading. Wouters second, and Mikey Rosmalen in third. Zach Gilmore goes up to second now because Mikey Rosmalen and Wouters been taken out.
Oh,
So it's Holland in the lead now.
I only see big crashes going in. And who is... Oh, it's Zach Gilmore up in second now, Nick. He's got a good chance. He's catching
The
up.
Scottish man is in second now. Third is Mike Ron Rosmalen. Fourth is Jeremy van der Kratz. Fifth is Wouters. So it's Holland in first, third, fourth, and fifth now.
Oh, he got spun out as well.
In second.
As we are now on board with Hendrik Velema.
Oh my goodness me. This is absolute
Oh,
savage.
and Hendrik Velema's gone, Nick.
He's gone.
He's been spun. He's gone. But is he still in the lead? Oh, he gets done again by a big one by right end of the straight. And he's stuck on the curb while leading.
And now Zach Gilmore's leading for Scotland. It's a Scottish 1 and 2 now. Zach Gilmore first and John second. Mikey Rosmalen third. Then it's Jeremy van der Kratz in fourth. Hardy Venema fifth.
Oh, and Zach Gilmore crashes into Geronimo, but he still keeps going. He still keeps going. And
So
he's
it's
got a bit of a
Gilmore
gap
and
now.
Wood 1 and 2. Scotland 1 and 2. Then it's Holland in third, fourth, and fifth. England in sixth. Holland seventh. Holland eighth. So Jeremy van der Kratz now up to second. So he could really give Zach Gilmore a run for his money then. But if the Scottish are intelligent now, they just try to take out van der Kratz. And Johnny Wood is back to second. No, he's not. They crash in there. Johnny Wood's gone around. So it's Holland in second, third, and fourth, and fifth. All they got to do now is to take out Zach Gilmore, the Scottish man.
I see cars flying everywhere. And it's now Holland, Jeremy van der Kratz in the lead, and Gilmore up in second.
Oh my goodness me, and here comes Scott Charlie Lop and takes Jeremy van der Kratz straight out.
And he's upside down.
And it's now Mikey Rosmalen leading the way for... Here goes Zach Gilmore though! Zach Gilmore back in the lead. The Jocks are having it now. Scotland is leading it from Holland in second, Holland in third, Holland in fourth, Scotland fifth, Holland sixth, seventh. Oh my goodness me, what is
Kenny
happening?
Wageman's leading now.
And Jeremy van der Kratz gets taken out once again in this race. Kenny Wageman's leading the way now for Holland. Here comes Wouters as well. Zach Gilmore and Johnny Wood in second and third.
Midfield, as he spins him, doesn't he?
Johnny Wood now in the lead in 667. It's Scotland in 1 and 2 now. Johnny Wood and Zach Gilmore. Here comes Jeremy van der Kratz though, takes up the race lead.
Jeremy van der
It's van der
Kratz
Kratz up, Kenny Wagemans now. Zach Gilmore in third.
And Mike
Rosmalen in third. Hardy Venema fourth.
It's a Holland 1, 2, 3, and 4. As Jeremy van der Kratz gets taken out again.
As the countries just change and change over again. What a race this is. Van der Kratz just spins out Nige Thomas there. As he's leading with 3 laps to run now. Holland 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then it's Scotland in 5th. England 6th. 7th is Holland. 8th is Scotland once again. Will Brazier flies off that for England in 9th. And Patrick Rutters is in 10th place.
I see people crossing the infield.
Aaron Totten went around there. Still Jeremy van der Kratz in the lead from Hardy Velema. John Kingwall is now up in 3rd though for England. Mikey Ross-Martin 4th for Holland. 5th is Johnny Wood for Scotland.
So
And Zach Gilmore just did a double roll there. Look at his roof.
but it's Jerry van der Kratz leading the way with 1 lap to go for Team Holland. Is he going to pull it off? Is he going to do it? I see a lot of cars crawling across the track trying to slow
Everyone
it down.
trying to...
Oh no, he gets spun out!
And Hardy Velema is 2nd though. Here it comes. Jeremy van der Kratz takes the victory for Holland. 2nd place goes to Hardy Velema for Holland. 3rd is Mikey Rossmartin for Holland. 4th is Kenny Wagemers for Holland. Just taking 4th place before the line. So it's in Holland 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the 4-country battle. And here comes Bob Wouters and takes up 5th place. So it's Holland in 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 in this 4-country battle. Absolute brilliant scenes there. What a domination by the Holland team. 6th is John Kingwall from England. 7th is Johnny Wood in 7th for Scotland. 8th is Zach Gilmore for Scotland. 9th is Will Brazier for England. And 10th is Patrick Rutters for Holland. What a destruction derby this has been.
That had nothing to do with Saloon Stockers anymore, but I thought it was a good change up from we wanted to give you this last weekend, but the server crashed at the end, so no, we wanted to show it again, and I think everyone did well, and I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Let us know what you thought of this, and give us a like, give us a share, give us whatever you can do with social platforms to get everyone watching that is interested in Saloons, Nick. Thank you as well for this evening. We had a great time.
We had a really, really good time, Kevin. I really enjoyed this stream. And we are done in about 1 3/4 of an hour. I think that's a really good time to get the meet finished by. No issues today at all, neither with the server or our Air Factor games or whatever. So this has been a brilliant stream, I think. What a race at the end. The 4-country battle have been, I think it's been a good giggle, a good little bit of fun there towards the end.
Yeah,
Not very serious,
I'm
obviously.
not hoping
But
people want to take the 4-country battle too seriously, but it's a bit of fun at the end of the evening. Everyone gets tense and serious about all the qualifying, isn't it? And wanted to get into the final. We wanted to have a little bit of fun for the evening to close off another great evening of racing. Our 4th E-Series round, sponsored by RR Signs. Our Ryan Wright gets a new signed roof fin by him. Hopefully showing it off on one of his cars next whenever we get back racing again. And we are hoping to announce next week's venue soon, don't we?
let's hope we get everything sorted as soon as possible, so we will be ready and back for round number 5 of the E-Series. Thanks to every one of you watching the stream tonight, either on Facebook or YouTube, and we will be back very, very soon next week. We hope you enjoyed the night, and we hope to see you back next weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Thank you for watching everyone. En voor alle Nederlandse kijkers, bedankt en tot volgende week.